Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to check the new camera from Digoo. This is a Wi-Fi camera that features a 960p HD camera, and it has a rotatable base, which means you can pan and tilt the camera in the direction that you choose, and you can watch it when you are away from home, which means that if this camera is going to be connected to your Wi-Fi network, and then you can watch what's going on in your home when you are away. So let's open the box and see everything we're getting inside. Inside the package we've got the user manual, the camera, mounting screws, a micro USB cable to power the camera, and a mounting base so you can mount this camera to the ceiling or to a wall. Consider the design is very similar to the Digoo DG-M1, which I've already reviewed. The main difference between the cameras is that this camera is 960p and the M1 is 720p. This camera costs about $22 and the M1 costs about $18, so the difference is not that bad. On the back of the camera we have a reset button, a micro USB port that we use in order to power the camera. Take into consideration that you will have to supply your own power supplier because we don't get one with this camera. We got a TF card slot on the back so you can record the videos. You can use a micro SD card up to 64 gigabytes. On the left side we have the LAN port, so you can use it instead of using the Wi-Fi connectivity. And on the bottom we have this option to connect it to the ceiling, for example, so you can mount it in that manner. So you have to first mount the camera using the provided screw, and then you can just slide this base, rotate it, and the camera is going to be secured. In order to configure the camera, you're going to need to download the Digoo app, either from the App Store or from the Google Play. So I'm going to download the app and guide you through the settings of the camera. In order to set up the camera, we're first going to need to power it up. Then wait for about 40 seconds to make sure that the system is running. On the front we have these blue indicators that allows us to know that the system is running. Now the camera is waiting for the configuration. You can also press the reset button.
Reset to default setting.
And now the camera is reset to default settings. Then you need to open the app. Then you need to use an existing account or open a new one. Then after login, just press add device. You have three options to edit. One through the smart link, which is the way I'm going to use. You can add manually or do LAN searching. To connect it through SmartLink, just press SmartLink, hit connect through Wi-Fi. Pay attention that 5G networks are not supported, so you need to use a 2.4 GHz router. Then you have to enter the password for your Wi-Fi network, hit next step, and when the camera will be ready, you will hear start configuration. So somehow it's not working with my iPad, so I'm going to use my Galaxy S8 Plus. So hit connect for Wi-Fi, next step. Now I think the problem is that this button is missing over here. So here connection, next step.
Start configuration.
And now it's starting configuration and it's going to work. The default password is 2016-0404, the birthday of Digoo. Let's give it a name. And now we can connect to the camera, and I'm going to switch to the iPad. Now we can do discover one device and name device. And now we can use the camera on the iPad. So now the camera is connected. Just hit the image and you can start controlling the camera. You can see that we're hearing the echo, so you can just mute it by pressing this button. You can choose between high definition, star definition, and low definition. Now it's going on to be on HD. If you want guard mode to start working, hit this button and cancel it by pressing it again. You can take a picture, and you can also use this button in order for the camera to play your sound. So 1, 2, 3, and then we can hear our sound on the speaker of the camera. In order to tilt the camera, you just have to press this button. You can see there is a little bit of a lag, but you can see the camera is working. If the delay is too high for you, just move to SD, and then it's going to be faster. So it can't rotate 360 degrees. There is a limitation. Now I must continue this review with my Runcam 3 because the iPad app is just crappy and it's not working. Now it's working, but it crashed a lot of time, and the Android one is much better. So I'm going to show you how it works on my Android device. Let's try to connect to the camera when I'm not connected to my Wi-Fi network. So now the Wi-Fi is turned off. Let's see if we can connect to the camera. You can see that it's working, which means right now I'm not connected to my Wi-Fi. It's working remotely from the cloud, which means that it will help you to monitor what's going on in your home while you are away. So this is the best feature of these cameras, to be able to watch your house remotely. And if you want to, you can also communicate with the other person on the side. So which means if you have someone who is older and needs to be taken care of, you can talk to him. So you can just, of course, not when you're next to the camera, you can just enable the speaker, and then you can just talk to the other side in this manner. So that's good. Now to access the settings of the camera, just press this button. Then you can see the device information. You can change the time. You can set the correct time zone. You have media settings, so you can choose the video format, sound volume, picture inversion between. It's going to flip it upside down. Safety settings, you can change the password for administrator and for a guest. Network settings, either choose wired network or Wi-Fi, and then you can change between other Wi-Fi networks. Alarm settings, you can receive alarm information. You can choose alarm mailbox, so it's going to send it to your mail. Motion detection, which means when the camera is going to detect motion, it's going to trigger the alarm. You have also here buzzer for 1, 2, and 3 minutes in case it will be triggered. Video recording settings, you can either manual video recording, alarm record, which means whenever the alarm will be triggered, it will start recording 1, 2, or 3 minutes videos. Timed video recording, which means it's going to record videos between certain hours. And you can check device updates, so you can update the firmware of the device. One of the nice features that this camera has is the night vision. So let's turn off the light and see how it looks. You can see that once the light is off, these infrared lights are on, and now this camera enables you to see at night. Of course, it's black and white, but it's a very nice feature. So you can even watch, you can see in complete dark to a range of about 5-6 meters, maybe even more. You can see in my house it works pretty nicely. Once the light is on, the infrared light will be off, and now it's back in color. Overall, I think this camera provides a good value for money for about $21, $22, and it's probably one of the cheapest Wi-Fi cameras that can be controlled remotely. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any question about this camera, feel free to ask it in the comment section below, and see you on my next videos. Goodbye.